I believe that I was put on this earth to make a difference in the world. So when I leave here, that this world should be a little better place for me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Real State of Black America. I'm your host, Terrance Alton Cox III. We view things from a broader sense on this show. We look at things from a different perspective. And sometimes we just rip the Band-Aid off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Real State of Black America. I'm your host, Terrance Alton Cox III, and on this show, we view things from a broader sense. We look at things from a different perspective, and sometimes we're just going to rip that Band-Aid off. Today's show, I'm talking to Hervey Levin of TMZ. Hervey. Some years ago, I was in a legal activation with NASCAR. You ran a story on me. I'm a big fan of TMZ and all of the young people that you work with. I think you've done a wonderful job. Hervey, I think it's a little fair for you to blast my name all across the hemisphere without getting my side of the story. Hervey Levin, Charles Levin, which is executive producer, and Michael Babcock. Let me tell you what you did when you ran that story. When you ran that story, you made me go viral in the wrong way. That was a weight that was put around my neck, and if I were not a stronger man, we wouldn't be here talking about paying all the colleges for these black kids. If I did not have tenacity, we would not be here talking about the cleaning up program for inner city kids to clean their city up. We wouldn't be talking about building 5 homeless shelters for people of color, because that article hit me hard. My 86-year-old mother in the church, how many times did people run up to her at the conventions in the church? Well, Mother Blaylock, I saw TMZ. I'm surprised at your son. I'm not that kind of man. I was born and raised in the church. But I'm not upset. For my children to be at school and all the kids, the teachers, the deans, the principal are coming up to my kids telling them, well, I'm surprised at Mr. Cox. He's such a man of character, but I saw what happened on I saw TMZ. I thought it would have been fair if TMZ would have got my side of the story. Because all you did was blast my name. And if I were not chosen by God to do this, I would have shut this down in this conversation. And we're going to do what we say we're going to do, Hervey. If I had been a lesser man, Hervey, this national campaign to educate these black kids to stop this crime in this country would not have taken place. The reason why I do what I do, Hervey, sometimes in the history of mankind, there are people who have been chosen. Moses, Gandhi, King, now it's Terrance Cox. The $500 million lawsuit didn't shake it, didn't bother me. Having the people write the articles about me didn't matter. It didn't even matter the millions and millions of impressions talking about this legal activation. What hit me harder than anything else was that TMZ article. And for some years, I've never mentioned it. I've never told anybody that TMZ hit me. It was like somebody hit me in the kidney. Now, as I said, if I were a lesser man, that blow would have taken me out. But when you're chosen by a higher being to do a job that he's ordained you to do, you keep swinging that axe, Hervey. Now, I'm going to end up being one of the subjects matter over the time that you all are going to be talking about. Hervey Michael Babcock. If you ever need to talk to me about something, contact me. But I think it was real unfair, and I'm not a whiner, I'm not a complainer, I can take a lick. The most powerful brand in the world with all the billions they have. I pick the biggest gorilla and then grab that gorilla and start tussling with that gorilla. Not a problem. All of the media pounding on me. Even the website they built, the white supremacists, about the nigger, NASCAR, I ain't got a problem with that. You follow me? Even a platform they built about, well, Terrance, Alton III, the nigger, I don't care nothing about nigger. That didn't bother me. What hit me was your article. You see, now, few men will go through life and understand what a leader on that level of feel. I understand a Gandhi, a Malcolm X, a Martin Luther King. When I was going through this, when they were building websites of how they're going to kill me, shoot me, that didn't bother me. It didn't shake me. What shook me was that TMZ article you did. Once again, if I were a lesser man and this journey wasn't bigger than me, I would have laid on the floor in the cradle position and said, I'm done. But Hervey, there's something bigger than me, something larger than I, that says kick the dust off your feet and keep it moving. So with that said, Hervey, I simply say, if you're going to blast me out, at least get my story. At least get my story. But on the other hand, you put me in the hemisphere, people know who I am, so I understand now, because I've mentally matured from that. A friend of mine said, Terrance, now how in the world did that TMZ, everywhere I went, I sit in front of investors in bank in New York. Well, Mr. Cox, these numbers here with American Standard Motorsport makes sense. 30 million. We're going to make $3 billion. Well, that makes sense. But now let's look at this TMZ. Every time I went to the bank, went to investors, everywhere I went, Hervey, that came up on me. Everywhere. A gentleman I know is one of the great preachers out of Memphis, Tennessee. This is what he told me when he read the article. He started laughing. He said, well, they definitely don't know you. I said, why would you say that? They say, you're the only black in the history of all motorsport had enough balls to run in there and grab the biggest gorilla saying, treat my people like you treat your people. These are my kids. He said one day that article with TMZ and that media source is going to come back to help you. And now it has. The real state of Black America. The real state of Black America. Well, Hervey and Young Team. Hervey, I like you and I like your show. You don't know me. I'm nobody. But this is the real state of Black America. If you want to do something with me, I want your high-end investigating team to investigate this race for education. And I want you to come back and tell the world if it makes sense. Once again, Hervey, Charles, and Michael. My name is Terrance Alton Cox III. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a privilege. Always remember to treat people like you want to be treat people. And we're going to make this a better world.